Hi everyone. Just a quick interruption before I let y'all see the Session 1 campaign from our current Pathfinder campaign. There was a glitch with my streaming software, so we're missing like the first 10 to 15 minutes, and because of that, the missing credits page is missing. So I'm going to just run through a brief introduction. That way it's done, over, and then we can get right into the session. So one moment, please. Alright. Season 3, Episode 1, The Landing of the White Onyx. 5 years have passed since the heroes of Korvosa defeated Jalwor. Many have moved on with their lives. Some settled, others went on new adventures in distant lands. Now a new adventure begins. Now we venture to the lands of Tian Xia. Our new adventurers sail to Kirahata, the province of Chu Ye. What adventures await our new heroes? Our cast is Fiona as the game mistress, Astrid Lokidottor as Yarra, Shadowtide of House Thul, Blastflight as Yule, Dot as Iori, Grumpybear as Drin Bromson, Wandren as Saadi. Now, Saadi's name is actually much longer. I just can never pronounce it. Cast pronouns. Fiona, she, her. Astrid Lokidottor, she, they. Blastflight, he, they. Dot, she, they. Grumpybear, he, him, or not late for dinner. Wandren, she, her. Character pronouns. Yarra Shadowtide of House Thul, she, her, or they. Yule, he, they. Iori, she, her. Drin Bromson, he, him. Saadi, she, her. And now we'll get into the episode 1.
To the land, not to Chu Ye itself, but to Tian Xia as a whole.
Okay. And moving down, Kavi, tell us about your character. What do they look like?
Did we lose someone?
Who do you want to speak next?
Kavi, Saadi, your character.
Oh, my bad.
You said Kavi, not Saadi.
Yeah.
Well, you're right. I'm going by the names on my screen.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Different names.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, Kavi.
Yeah. Kavi Bean. It was my old handle.
It's all good.
Saadi is a 5'11" dark-skinned Kathiran. She's relatively tall for a human from Kaira, with a build somewhere between athletic and thin. She always has a look about her like she's gazing off in the distance, pondering something. Do I need to do anything else, or is that it?
Just the basic description is all we need right now. Which means, was there anything else that you wanted to say?
Nah, not that I can think of.
Okay. So, Astrid, if you could tell us about your character.
Yeah. I am a 2.5 foot tall halfling with auburn hair and bright green eyes full of wonder and adventure, and I am covered in head to toe in freckles. I am wearing a... Sorry, I'm having to think of color, so please give me a second, guys.
It's totally fine.
I'm wearing fine, noble clothing with... okay, let me double check the colors. Fine, noble clothing of blacks and reds with some white. And on my pack, there is a crest of House Thul, which is black. Let me double check that. Black, red, with a line of white. And I am also carrying a great axe.
Okay, excellent. So then that takes us down to Dot. If you could please tell us about your character. What do we see?
You see a human woman with brown hair, brown eyes, wearing drab, farmer-like robes and a rice picker hat. Absolutely, completely ordinary looking. Would just be an NPC.
Interesting.
All right. And so, as the ship finally docks, the captain of the ship, Captain Longoria, who is right here, a russet-colored woman who looks towards you, and other passengers who are just waiting for the gangplank to be lowered. So, thank you. The gangplank to be lowered so that you can be disembark. Once the gangplank is set in place, the captain begins waving, bidding farewell to passengers that are going to be leaving, and telling other passengers when to return if they're going to continue when the ship leaves in the morning. When it's finally your turn, the captain looks towards your group one time and says, well, it's certainly been an enjoyable journey. You've been a very enjoyable passengers, all of you. I'll miss you, and I hope that you have fine fortune in Chu Ye. What do you do?
Saadi just smiles,
Uh,
and she says, "You're too kind. I've been hiding below decks this entire time. But I thank you."
Well, sometimes the guests that cause the least amount of problems are the ones that I appreciate most, she says with a laugh.
With a sweeping bow, I look at the captain and go, "Thank you, and you have been a wonderful host."
We certainly do our very best in the White Onyx.
Drin looks down at Yarra, looks back up at the captain, nods his head, and simply says, "She said it better than me."
And Captain Longoria just bows her head towards you. She looks the others to see if you have anything that you wish to say before you disembark.
Yule chuckles. Well, it's been great sailing with you again, Captain. I know we've had our run-ins before, but I did promise to keep Rhyme from chewing up the floorboards again.
And you
Saadi
certainly
just
have. Oh, go ahead. What were you
Saadi
saying?
just Saadi just quietly glances at the wolf behind her, slightly nervously.
Yule just pats it as he mounts up to get off.
And the captain then finally looks towards Iori and says, "I'm not sure where you're headed off to, but I certainly hope that you enjoy your stay in Chu Ye."
Thank you. I must say, is there anyone else on the boat?
There are plenty of people on the boat. People are disembarking at the moment. The merchants, basically the people that are trying to rush into the harbor and claim good stalls, have already left. So for the most part, there are other passengers, mostly like people that are coming in to work, other mercenaries and adventurers, that sort of thing. So a good mix of peoples, including rat folk, cat folk, a Nephilim here and there, and mostly humans and goblins, and dwarves.
Gotcha. Iori is standing among the other non-player characters and is looking utterly inconspicuous. And is there's thank you to get a word in from the captain. It's very appreciative. Yes, it's been a lovely boat ride. Thank you very much.
Oh, it's been my pleasure. Again, the White Onyx does pride itself on, and all of a sudden she looks towards the other side of the docks, and without pointing, she says, I suggest that you disembark and make your get into the city as fast as possible. It seems that the governor has come to greet us. And on the other end, you see a large, powerfully built creature. As you walk down the pier towards the city proper, you look up and see a massive pale brown creature with two horns, a wide smile, and illustrious black hair. You recognize the creature as an Oni, who you know through reputation is one of the powerful creatures who are in charge of Chu Ye. Let me see. Just seeing who.
Before
Okay.
we disembark, can Saadi step aside and speak to the captain again?
Certainly. So
After the majority of the passengers have left the boat,
okay.
Saadi just asked Captain Longoria quietly, "Do you know if there are any great houses of learning in this land? Uh, Wise masters I can learn from?"
Ah, there are some. As a matter of fact, in this in Kirahata, there are two families in particular that may be of interest to you. If you mean medical knowledge, then what you would be wanting to speak with are the families of Sao Tome and Higetoki. And I'm going to type that out in the chat for you. They would be the preeminent families. There are also merchant houses, but I am just I just transport, so I don't really know them too well.
Thank you.
But any local may be able to help you further.
Thank you for your assistance. And
It is not a problem at all.
she, with a polite bow, she leaves the ship.
Okay. So to continue the earlier thing, as you approach, as you join the crew, you see that the Oni seems to be just passively looking at the passengers as they pass by, like looking positively bored. You see there is a human standing next to her that is trying to get the Oni's attention, but the Oni is constantly like just waving her away, while nearby guards are just basically standing guard, keeping her from actually touching or approaching too closely. But as your group comes closer, the creature claps her hands together and points at each of you one by one. Each of you, including our NPC, and shouts, "Strangers! You look particularly interesting. Come forward and attend me." She claps her hands again. The guards turn their dark glares towards you, hinting that it may be a good idea to indulge a large creature. Meanwhile, you see that the other passengers, almost seemingly appreciative of the distraction, are scurrying away as fast as possible. What does your group do?
Yule looks over his shoulder and looks up. That is the mayor of the city. I think it's best that we treat her well. You don't want to get on her bad side. I've seen what she can do.
I'm
Something?
going.
Are you real quick? Iori, are you going off the ship?
Oh yes, I'm following with the group.
Okay.
You just
You
have
should
to
have
move your
control of your.
icon, that's all.
Mhm. Okay. Now go ahead. What were you saying, Yara?
I'm gonna be like, oh, certainly, and then walk right up with a chipper little pep in my step.
Okay. As the group approaches, the Oni claps her hands once again and begins to speak. I am Tamami, governor of Kirahata, and I come to see every ship arrival when my work allows. Surely you have talents to entertain me or fascinating news to share. Now come, entertain me, and there will be coin in it for you. And she motions to one of the guards who, without even changing their posture, just reaches down, pulls out a sack of coin, and puts it into one hand and looks towards you. What will you do?
Saadi just bows politely and follows where the Oni is leading them.
Oh, she's not leading anywhere. She
Oh.
said, "I want you to entertain me.
Oh,
Do something
my bad.
interesting, or tell me some interesting news."
Saadi
Effectively,
Saadi does she holds up her long rifle, her Giselle. This is a handcrafted firearm from my homeland. I hope that this is enough to appease you.
okay. What lore do you skill do you have?
Let's see. I believe it's heraldry of some kind. Let me check real quick.
Mhm.
Heraldry lore. Oh wait, yeah, just heraldry.
Oh. Yep.
Okay. Does your gun have any interesting markings on it?
Why, yes, it does. It has a whatchamacallit, a golden line with a sun peering out from behind it. Uh, yes, that is it. It
Okay.
is just a marker for a noble house,
Okay.
printed on the stock of the gun.
She seems interested in the firearm and asks you questions about it and the unique symbols on it. Roll your lore heraldry. Difficulty is 20. By the way, everybody, please give yourself 1 hero point. Brom, you get 2 because of the funny thing you did during character creation. Okay. Do you wish to use your hero point to reroll, or just let it ride?
Let it ride.
Okay. And as you explain the importance of the symbols and what it could possibly mean, you see a moment when everything just stops. The smiles just die down, and she just frowns, looks towards you, and there's just like a very sour, bitter look in her eyes. And all of a sudden she like leans in, leaning over the side, almost so that her the shadows like block in over you, block the view of the sun. And she leans her head real close to the party and says, "There was a time long ago, before the Shogun took over Chu Ye, that I would eat you for boring me as you have just done. But thankfully, the Shogun has decreed that we're to be nice to everyone that comes to Chu Ye. That said, I am done with you. I am no longer interested." And she turns around and begins to walk away. The human immediately leans in and says, Governor, you said that you would speak with me after you greeted the newcomers." And Tamami immediately sneers and spits, like is practically spitting as she speaks. "As I said, I am bored and I wish to go back to my palace for entertainments that are worthy of my time. You can either visit me tomorrow or see if they'll help you out. I'm done with you and with them." And with that, the guard and the Oni begins to walk away. What will you do?
Yule turns to Saadi. I think that might have been the best response I've seen her in months. Well, technically years,
Best?
but the last guy I saw that pissed her off, she slapped him hard enough to break his neck.
And
Should feel honored then.
as you speak, she walks
Yeah.
away and disappears out of sight as she goes down an alleyway, leaving you alone. The human just slumps down to the ground and looks to be completely distraught. What does your party do?
I'm going to approach the woman and, kind of get a little bit lower, take her hands. Now, what's the matter? Please don't cry. Dry those tears.
Well, real quick, are you going to be climbing up? Because that is
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Or are you going
Definitely.
to just go to the
You,
stairs?
I mean, technically Yule can help. Yes, you guys Yule for help there.
Yeah.
Saadi will follow. She's just going to go up the stairs, though.
Yeah, I'm going to go up
Yeah,
the
you-
stairs.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
so
for the purpose of keeping this organized, everybody please go ahead and go on your sheets and roll initiative so that I can determine what you do.
Okay.
Make sure you click your token before you roll.
Ah.
Yeah.
I forgot to. Sorry.
It's okay.
Is there an initiative button?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, it's
Right,
underneath
right.
perception. Main page, perception.
Perception? Oh,
Yeah,
initiative.
it's
I see it
underneath.
now.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Okay, so
Not bad, you two. Not
All right.
bad.
Oh, wait.
uh,
I think
mhm.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Yeah, that's
start with
correct.
Saadi. What do you do?
Well, she doesn't see anything that looks particularly dangerous at the moment, does she?
No. You can roll perception if you wish.
Suppose that I will. Give me just a moment. And she had a nervous feeling about the way that this last conversation went, so she's just looking around a little bit.
Okay.
I rolled an 18 on perception.
18. Looking around, you do see that there is a gnome who is currently wearing a dark cloak, who seems to be eyeing a group and is moving closer to the stairs as if waiting for you to approach. It seems that that gnome has something to say and was specifically waiting for the Oni to leave before they approached.
Saadi approaches the man warily. She, uh, she doesn't quite put her weapon away, but she does shoulder it, so it's not pointing directly at the man. And she approaches him with a curious look in her eyes. That'll
Okay.
just be a movement, right?
Well, we're not doing initiative like specific action by action economy. Since this
Okay,
isn't a
gotcha.
combat scene, this is just so that I can organize.
Who
Asking
goes
who's
first?
doing what
Then yes,
exactly.
she basically just approaches the gnome less threateningly than as if she was pointing a gun at him.
Okay, and before we actually handle that conversation, since you rolled really close, what is Iori doing?
Uh, lingering, looking, hanging by, or also catching the glimpse of the gnome.
Okay,
Where is the gnome?
the gnome is up here.
Who's Saadi now?
Okay,
She will
uh,
hover around, keep ears open, but also be writing in what looks like to be a fairly simple scroll with a very plain and utilitarian seal and brush. Just
okay.
kind of like general vibe seems to be alternating. Oh, what a great honor it is to meet one of the Oni of the town, and also the uh, on the other hand, also the feeling of, oh my god, we just had a brush with death.
Like you guys realize we could have died today, but okay. As you two
Oh,
approach,
I'm a farmer, and I would have been a smear against this dock if anything were to happen.
so the as
Uh-huh.
you approach the gnome looks between you two, but since you look more like an NPC rather than an adventurer, leads his eyes to Saadi and says, "I'm glad that you approached me. I actually have a matter," and he adjusts his glasses as he speaks constantly. "I have a matter of great importance that I wish to speak to a group of adventurers about to assist me with a very important research project. But this isn't the best place to speak out here in the open on the docks like this. When you have time, it's not a high priority yet, but when you have time, please visit the Bean Drinkers Tea House. Bean Drinkers Tea House, excuse me. The Bean Drinkers Tea House, and I will be able to speak with you there and tell you more. Oh, and my name is Vibrard, and I'm gonna post that so that you can see his name. Boom, boom. Vibrard
Saadi,
Nublil Nibs.
Nibbled nips. All right.
Saadi just stretches out a hand. She's like fully shoulders her rifle at this point, and stretches out her other hand to take his in her own, and says, "Saadi bin Fled, Saadi al Kathiri bin Fadlan, an honor to meet you." Mr. What was it?
Vib-
Vibard.
Vibrard.
Vibard.
Most people have struggle with Gnomish last name, so Vibrard is just fine. And he adjusts his glasses again. Very well. Then, again, this is not a high priority, but this, if it turns out to be what I think it is, then it will be very, very profitable for you and your group. And helpful for Chu Ye. But I've said too much. And unless either of you stop him, he's going to go up the steps and leave.
Of course, I bid you farewell.
Okay.
The bean drinkers.
Bean Drinker's Tea House, yes. Iori, is there anything you're doing before he leaves?
Just, hanging out, big chillin', catching the gossip.
Okay. Feel free to make a perception check since you're just paying attention right now.
Sure.
Actually, that reminds me. Can I actually just run an insight check, just to get a
Yes.
vibe off of this person? Okay,
Yes, that would
I will
be
do
a
that.
perception check as well.
Just perception. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use
Also-
my point to reroll my perception?
You certainly may.
Oh, naturally.
Okay, so I'm
Ooh.
gonna whisper you some details, and then you can ask me any question you want. I'll come back to you so you can think of which that is. But let me handle these one time. So first, for you, Iori. Okay, and since you were just observing, you can take your time, think of a question, and I have to answer it. Okay. And I whispered it in Roll20.
Me?
Yeah. You should see it on your chat screen.
Yeah. How do I message you? How do I whisper you back?
/W space. I think it's GM.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just check.
It's GM.
Yep, GM. Okay, so meanwhile, as far as Saadi, you get the feeling that he is very excited about what he's looking for, and he is. It's you get the feeling that what he's asking about is very important to him, but he does not want it to appear important to anyone else. So he's extremely downplaying how big the deal this is to him.
Mhm. I understand. Thank you.
And with that, he will make his way and leave. Back to the others. As you make it to the woman, Yarra, you had offered a napkin, correct?
Actually, I just was gently dabbing with like the dangly end of my sleeve.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and she says, "Oh, thank you, thank you so much. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have been so overcome with emotion. The governor is very, very busy, and I know that she will attend to matters when she can. But at least I hope it won't be too late." And she looks to the three of you hopefully. What do you do?
Well, we're going in order, right?
Well, since all three of you converge in the same hot point, this is an open conversation with the three of you.
Okay. I'm gonna look her over and just kind of like assess her while, gently saying it's fine. We all make mistakes. No need to worry.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check then.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, what are Bryn and and Yule doing?
Bryn is standing a foot behind Yarra looking down at her and shaking his head. And he's also he's listening and looking through the sides of his eyes at everything going on around us.
Okay. And by the way, Yarra, I whispered you something. Yule, what are you doing?
Ralph, the employee. Now he is just listening and letting her take lead on this. So he's also looking this lady over just to see what he can see and see what he understands.
Okay. Now, what was
Nice.
that? You kind of blinked. What were you looking for?
Basically, he's looking over, just like, and the best person.
You try typing or get in out of voice and then back in. While you're doing that, the woman says, "But I should introduce myself. I am just a peasant woman from a nearby village. My name is Wu Si Yon, and I a group has come to our fishing village, not too far, just perhaps a day's travel away." And they're holding the mayor. They are keeping the mayor as a guest in his own home, and you can tell from what she's saying that this is more like a hostage situation. I managed to get away from them and asked them to assist, to help, but the governor, as you see, has other matters to attend to.
How many men?
I'm sorry?
How many men are holding your mayor as a guest in his own home?
Well, from what I understand, there were only maybe a small handful. Perhaps 10 at the most. But, as I said, I am just a peasant woman. As soon as I saw the problems, I fled as soon as I could.
What type of village was it again?
Fishing.
A
Fishing.
fishing village. Mm-hmm.
Well, since it is a simple fishing village, there's not really any farmers. And like she gets this far off look of she's thinking. How well armed are those men?
I do not know. I believe they... And she lowers her voice as she speaks. I believe they may be members of the Seven Rings of Heaven, a group that has come into Chu Ye recently, within the past few months. I do not know who they are, but I saw a symbol on one of their necks before I left.
You
Oh
said
dear.
it's about a day's journey from here?
Oh yes, yes. If you have a map, I could mark it for you.
Yule pulls out his map for them.
And she reaches into her coat, takes out like a quill, and marks down a spot. And based on your knowledge of geography, it is indeed like perhaps a day's journey away.
Do you know who their leader is?
I'm afraid I don't. I as soon as they came in and shoved their way into the mayor's home, I saw the problems and fled, asking for seeking help.
1 second, my headset's about to die.
No problem.
Do not die.
But yeah, I'd rolled to just to do intention / perception of her. Just
Okay. So on the perception, she seems to be exhausted. Like she has apparently been like just running the entire way here, and it like you can tell that she's shaking. Like she's just really, really tired, and she is really concerned about her home. Based on how she's speaking, violence hasn't happened yet, but she seems to be afraid there may be violence if this isn't resolved fast enough. Um, and since you got a nat 20, critical success, you can ask a question as well. If you want, I can give you time to think about it.
The question is just a general thought of how genuine is her information. Does it seem that she's overblowing this, or is she underselling this?
It seems that she believes that she's as accurate as possible, but you get the feeling that as a peasant woman and a fisher, she may not understand, or she may not have fully accurate grasp on the threat. She's giving you the best information by her perception.
So it might be worse. Gotcha.
It might be worse. It might not be as bad.
She wouldn't be looking for the points of danger that a trained person would.
Exactly.
She just saw a large group of people, large crew roll in on the leader's house.
Yeah, Lassie just saw trouble and went for help.
More or less. And with that, she says, If you help, I'm sure the governor would be. I'm sure the mayor would be very happy to reward you.
How much
Always with the rewards.
How much is a night in a okay establishment? Food, water.
I don't know about Kirahata, but back in my village, you could find a good room for 3 copper, 8 if you want breakfast and drinks.
Okay.
More like we're trying
as
to find
the player,
figure
I'm
out...
actually asking that here, because.
Well, as the player, it depends on the city.
Okay.
But Kirahata, like some of the better inns can be up to a few gold a night. But most of the ones that travelers go to are like 2 to 4 silver a night.
Okay. I'm going to pull 3 silver out and put it in her palm and say, "Go get yourself a bed and a hot meal."
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate this so much.
Go buy yourself something nice.
Pretty much.
Drin,
Yep.
since Drin is looking over her shoulder, he's shaking his head.
She stands up on her wobbly legs and grabs the coin, and she scurries off. All right, and with that, what do you guys do?
Yule looks to Drin. At most, we've only lost 3 silver and some time. At worst, we find a fight. Let's meet up with the others, I guess, and see what they were talking about.
As a point of honor, we should probably help.
That was my plan.
Indeed.
At this point, Saadi had been sort of like keeping Iori at the side at the edge of her vision, but at this point, after she finishes her conversation with the gnome, she just stares at her intently, like with a withering gaze, as in like she doesn't say anything, but she's like, "What are you up to?"
Iori no sells it like she's an NPC in an Assassin's Creed game.
With the withering gaze out of the way, Saadi rejoins the party. Meets up with the rest of the party.
By the way, everybody, go ahead and gain a hero point.
Woo!
By the way, just to remind, you cannot keep hero points into the new session. You always start every session with 1, so use them, and your maximum is 3 hero points.
Oh, good, because that was a problem we had last time.
Yep.
Well,
I
for
used my
some of
bank
you,
of 50 hero points with
yeah.
this one encounter.
But okay, so with that said, the party reconvenes, and what do you do?
Well, Saadi shares what she learned about the gnome from the gnome, and she does it in as subtle a way as she can think to do. She tries to use the same sort of, euphemisms and half speech that the gnome was using. We're just meeting at a tea house, that kind of thing.
Yule thinks about this and then says, if we meet him now, we can still travel to the village, be there. It'd be an overnight trek, but we'd be there by morning if we leave by late day today.
Agreed.
He didn't seem, his body language read that he wanted to talk with us urgently, but what he said was that it wasn't important. We didn't need to speak with him immediately, just that we should meet with him at the Bean Drinker's tea house.
Well then, I suppose we should go.
And Saadi just sort of bows her head politely to Yarra. In assent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Iori, what are you doing in the meantime?
I am going to also be heading to the Bean Drinkers.
Okay, so
Very subtly.
so is everybody heading on over then?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. It takes about 30 minutes to find the Drinker's Tea House. Because it's like since none of you are locals of this city, you have to ask for help and then navigate the city to get there. But thankfully, it is the Bean Drinks Tea House. Excuse me, not Bean Drinkers, Bean Drinks Tea House. Is actually fairly easy to find, and that's where we are now.
Yay.
Once you arrive at the Bean Drinks Tea House, it appears to be an outdoor tea house setting. A human is currently wandering from section to section, offering refills of teas and drinks. And there appears to be a few tables where a large group of people are seating around, chatting away the day, conversing. You overhear topics including farming, the fights, gambling, drugs, and the like. And you also see that two of the individuals, specifically this woman here and this woman here, seem to be turning and eyeballing each other with angry looks. By the way, go ahead and move yourself to the. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and move you all to this map. This get your tokens. One moment.
Okay.
Is my token still tiny?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Remember, that's why I have the. Go ahead and delete the tokens that you have, because remember, I am using the double-sided ones.
Well, still, when you drag out these ones, they from your
Oh,
profile,
that's
they
because
are.
those are one. Well, that's because those are attached to the sheet, to the character. These are attached to the table. See?
Oh.
They're even smaller.
Whoa.
Oh. I didn't realize that you could drag out. I didn't even realize that you could drag those out. Cool.
Here,
I am going to go terrorize Tokyo.
I'm so small. I'm not small anymore.
Let me make. There we go. I'm fixing everybody's size because I changed the spacing on this one for the map. Anyway, so
That's
leaving
why
that one.
it's small there. Okay.
Yeah, There we go. Okay. So anyway, and also you see Brabard, the gnome, currently seated at a table, enjoying a cup of tea, looking over towards your group as you enter the area. What do you do?
I'm gonna look up at Saadi and go, who is it we're meeting again?
Saadi subtly nods towards towards
Good.
uh, oh jeez, I didn't
Uh,
write this up. I didn't write down his name.
Hey, Winters!
Uh,
Vibradi. Vibradi?
Brabard.
Brard.
Vibrard.
Um,
Thank you.
yeah, I set it up that you can see the name on the table.
Oh,
you
but
just have to zoom in.
okay. I've been zoomed out very much, so I can see that. But yes, Saadi just sort of subtly nods towards Vibrard, and just repeats what she heard last time, or what she did before. And then she walks over to his table with a polite smile and sits down cross-legged, and gestures for everyone else to follow.
Yarra's gonna sit down cross-legged as well.
You'll dismount and motions for his wolf to sit by the over by the signage, just sit. You know, it's a wolf, but still.
And while before she actually sits down, Asadi is just going to look around. She knows who Vibrard is, obviously, but she's actually just going to look around at the other guests, see if any of them stick out like a sore thumb for any reason. Is that okay?
Certainly. That's certainly fine. Go ahead and roll your perception. Okay. Yes, the two commoners that look to be angry at one another, which is this one and this one. They both have different. They have the richest looking clothing out of the two groups, and both of them look particularly scuffed and dirty, almost as if they were in a recent fight, and they even have cuts in the cheek, like they were in very recent conflict. The woman here is a servant who is currently stoking one of the lanterns. But other than that, everyone looks to be pretty standard and normal. You do notice that the two tables seem to be serving people that have similar like heraldry on them, which you may be able to determine with a lore heraldry check.
Which people seem to have similar heraldry? Which people am I looking? Is Saadi looking
Well,
at?
basically the people at one table and the people at another table have different heraldry that match.
Gotcha. Yes, she is absolutely going to see if she can identify their heraldry.
Oof,
Oof.
no.
One going to use a hero point on that.
Go for it.
And
Much
okay,
better.
that's better.
Okay. Based on that, and based on descriptions given to you earlier, it seems that it has the Tian kanji for the houses of Sao Tome and Higatoki. This side being the Higatoki, and this side being the Sao Tome.
Can
My
you
map
put...
just disappeared.
Oh no.
It just
no.
jumped down.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
In that case, Saadi's very briefly just going to flash a very before she sits down. She's going to flash a very polite smile to each of the tables, almost as if to say, "I'd like to talk to you later."
Here, I'll put the names next to it.
Just
There you
that
go.
way we can differentiate.
Thank you.
There you go.
You get
Okay. So, with that said, once you sit down, the gnome looks towards your group. Iori, what are you doing in the meantime?
Oh,
Blending
be in
in.
here.
Well, the barkeep, the owner of the tea house, approaches you and says, Come, we can't have you standing up. Are you thirsty? Perhaps you're hungry. Perhaps you have rupees from foreign lands to bring.
Some
Some
bombs, rope oil.
I'm glad you got the joke.
Knowing that the loud barkeeper might bring some attention, she very quickly eyes dart to Viberard for a moment to see if maybe if you want to bail me out of the situation, if you want me to be there in the conversation.
Verbard looks up and says, Barkeep, please, leave that one alone. That one is
Our
here
friend,
with me.
of course.
Well, that one is their friend and is here with me. And with that, they will come in
Saadi?
their own time. Just,
Hold on.
you know.
Before you go on, Saadi
for it.
just flashes the most polite, but also like evil grin towards Iori. Like, you have. It looks like in her eyes what she's really saying is, you have no choice but to be with us now.
She takes the closest spot to Viberard and smiles politely and joins the group.
And with that, Verbard looks towards you and looks you each one at a time and says, good. I'm glad you came as soon as you could. I was afraid that you might have waited some time. In either case, how much does your group know of ancient legends of Chu Ye? Of what it used to be before the Oni?
I know nothing of this land. Only what I've read.
As a local, quite a bit.
Well, then what if
In
I
fact,
told...
one could even say I have. One could, in fact, say I have Lord Chu Ye.
Excellent. Well, have either of you heard of the Okunokiba? And you actually know about this, Iori, but I'm going to let everybody else roll. Since you have Lord Chu Ye, I'm going to give you the information. Everyone else can roll a lore, or you can roll society. Society will be a higher difficulty, of course, but it has to be relevant lore towards either weapons or legends or Chu Ye.
Oh, jeez. I am re-rolling that.
You reroll that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll re-roll mine too.
I mean, yours is pretty good.
I got 3 points to use.
Oh, still not
That's
good.
true.
Okay. Let's see.
I'll take the first one.
All right. So who got above 17, or 17 or better?
Saadi.
Okay. So I will give you the information as well. Here you go. So I have reason to believe that there is a place here in Kirahata that may contain some clue about where the Okunokiba has fallen into. And if
I have a question. Considering my character's background and who his father is, would he have any hint?
I'm gonna let you roll. What knowledge do you have, or lore?
Mountain lore.
Okay. You've heard legends of that it's a weapon, but that's about all you know.
Okay.
Since it's more local legend.
Yeah, all right.
Good try.
No, it's a fair question. It's a fair question. So he says, I have reason to believe that there is a library lost to time here in Kirahata, and I'm looking for a group to help me venture in and see if I can find a scroll that can point to the rest of the legend. I will pay you, of course.
Of course. So that means this is not an open library. This is a dangerous mission you're sending us on?
Oh, I will be going with you.
Ah.
You see,
Regardless.
But yes, it should be. I have reason to believe that this, if this leads me to where I wanted to go, we could be restoring a very important relic of Chu Ye's near past, and
Of
it
course, and
all
we all value the past. We all
that
value history.
of course. And as said, I will gladly pay you and your group for your time. Um, of course, I have reason to. I've observed the location for a week, and it seems that it is escaped the notice of the governor and his people. Excuse me, her people, and I believe that it will remain so. So, if you wish to help me, then just say when you wish to go, and I will accompany you. I will be able to provide some healing magic to assist you.
We
But
will
I am
we
a
will
researcher, not a fighter.
we
So
will
if there's
notice
any danger, you will be responsible for it. And I'm sorry for interrupting. You were saying?
uh, was it Drin?
Drin?
Yes,
Or
that's
what or what are you saying, like Wandren?
I
No,
didn't say
I was
anything.
talking. No, I was. He was saying sorry for interrupting you, Saadi, because you were
Oh,
talking, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
So,
right. Um,
yeah. So go on.
yes. Before I'm sure that I'm certain that we'll make time for this excursion. However, while we're still here, uh, could you tell us a little bit more about this land in general? I've never been here before, and all I've had to read is, and she just sort of gestures behind her as if, uh, well, what the lords of this land have said.
Ah, that I certainly could, but to go into depth to the history of this land would take an afternoon, evening, and then some.
Of
So I can
course,
answer a small question here and now.
I will ask
Primarily,
you.
I'm just. hmm
I will
Go
ask
on.
you this then. Can you tell me what the importance of the Sao Tome and Higatoki families are?
Actually,
And
yes.
she lowers her voice when she says that.
Mhm. Oh, as a matter of fact, I certainly could. You see, the Sao Tome family. Um, I'm just looking for my notes real quick. Here we go. The Sao Tome family are a family of medicinal healers that have understood the ancient secrets of acupuncture and of healing through alchemy and that sort of thing. The Higetoki, on the other hand, are faithful priests. They used to serve the gods of healing, Kuze, I believe, of the I believe the deity's name is, and they are the only sanctioned healers, magical healers in the city.
I understand. Thank you. And Saadi bows her head politely and then looks to the rest of the party. Uh, have any of you else? Have anyone else anything else to say?
There is one other matter, though. The families currently are uh, at bitter odds with one another. As a matter of fact, pointing out the two people that have been staring daggers at one another, before you arrived, they were arguing about whose fault it was that their lords died nearby, and who would be responsible for telling their families that their bodies could not be recovered.
I see. Thank you.
If you wish to help with that, you could ask them, of course.
We may just.
So, with that said, is your group interested in helping me with this project?
Saadi just
Yeah.
sort of glances around with a quirked eyebrow.
Yes, I actually am. The library sounds very fascinating. Sorry.
Yule smiles. Go
Drin
ahead.
simply looks down at Yarra and shrugs his shoulders, nods his head. Okay.
Well,
Yule
then,
chuckles and nods. Ah, maybe I'll find something on the spirit scar. Who knows?
very well. Then, when you wish to go to the library, just tell me and I can lead you there. I will be here for quite some time because this research is important to me. So, if you have other pressing matters, you can come to me and I will just find me here.
Most certainly.
We will find you when we're ready. Yarra, there was some other pressing business that you seem to have to attend to soon, right?
Yes.
We'll be occupied for the next little while, but we will keep your offer in mind, and we will return.
Very well. And with that, he says, while we're here, I've had my fill of tea. I've already paid for it, so please drink up what you wish. And all of a sudden, you hear a crashing sound as plates and kettles are falling over. And the two peasants immediately start storming towards each other. And they're shouting and cursing at one another. And then blows are being thrown. And you see the innkeeper rushing in and saying, you two, behave! We cannot have violence here. Please, this is the Bean Drinks tea house, not the Rough House tea house. What does your group do?
Yule instinctively just walks between the two and just puts up his arms. What is the damn problem with you people? Words,
Iori,
not fists.
just rolls her eyes under her hat, but doesn't say anything.
I put 2 copper on the redhead.
Drin.
Problem.
While
They're
the
they're
two
both
peasants,
red.
Hold on, one time. Saadi, go ahead.
while the two peasants are fighting, Saadi slightly more subtly walks over to the table where the Higatoki noble is. Is that possible?
It certainly is. And they're not nobles. But
Oh.
based on their dress, they appear to be servants.
Servants? Just
Yeah.
like well-dressed servants?
Yes.
Well-dressed, but
Servants of a noble house.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mhm. But yeah,
And
so we're gonna do this in order, but first I'm gonna go ahead and start with Yule since Yule started. So Yule, they look towards you and says, "This ragamuffin here, this is the redhead talking. This ragamuffin here is responsible for our lords dying out in the field. It's because of her that my lord failed to see the fiendish monsters that tore him apart." And he was trying to save her lord because her lord, the Higetoki family are completely worthless and not worthy of being in this city. And the other one is rolling up her sleeve. She says, "Well, it was my fault. You're the one that put your lord's sword way too far away, so they couldn't defend themselves. It's their fault that they're dead, not mine." And they look like they're ready to throw blows. What do you do?
Yule takes a deep breath and just takes takes one hand, takes the other, puts them together, and just goes. So what you're saying is you're both idiots for not having been there for your lords in their moment of need. Is that what you're saying? Because I don't think that's what you want to be saying.
Give me
Now,
a diplomacy check.
Iori lowers her hat in a "I am not affiliated with this person" sort of way. Oh!
Oh!
Okay. Somehow this actually seems to work. They both calm down and they look to each other and then to you and say, "Yeah,
I know you both are hurting in the moment. Your lords are dead and you cannot recover their bodies. That's no reason to tear each other apart."
I though, and this is the other one talking, not the redhead. She says, "It pains me to say this, but this goblin is correct. Perhaps we were both at fault, but the problem is we still need to gather up our lord's bodies for proper burial. Otherwise, we'll be the ones in trouble."
So work it
And
out together.
but we're not fighters, and the horrific monsters are still out there.
Out where? How far
Uh,
outside the city?
Oh, not too far. Just perhaps within an hour's walk, just to the north, at the old well. They were getting water for a ritual coming for the festival in a short time, the harvest festival.
If it will help you both, me and my crew shall we do this for you.
It would. Thank you. In fact, and they look to each other and they reach in their pockets. We don't have much on us, but and they count out 15 copper. Excuse me, 15 copper. If you'll do this, here you can have this.
Yule takes the copper. I'll hold on to this. But I might give it back to you, just in case I cannot complete this task. I'm a man of my word.
Very well. Thank you. And with that, the pair sheepishly go back to their tables. Meanwhile, Saadi, you had approached the table while this is going on. So what were you doing?
Well, she just sidled over to the Hikatoki servant's table, and she sat down rather casually. She just sort of smiled politely at him and asked him what exactly was going on. I suppose that she's just getting the same information as Yule.
Yeah, more or less. And they say, well, you heard as much, but yes. They were attendants who were helping our lords bring water for a ritual for the coming festival. And according to them, horrific monsters came and attacked them on the way there, and took their lives, and they ran, and they need to get the bodies back, otherwise it'll be their heads.
I understand. As my friend said, it seems like we will be doing our best to assist you in this matter. But may I ask you something else?
Of course.
The symbol on your back, it marks you as a person who works at a temple. Yes?
Yes. The Temple of Kijong, the Lord of Medicine.
Ijon.
And I'll put that in the chat. Go ahead.
May I ask? It seems like me and my party are going to be quite busy over the next few days. And she just sort of flashes a slightly exhausted smile, even though they've barely done anything. And she just says, "But does your temple accept uh, initiates, people who would like to learn more about your god and about the ways of healing?"
Yeah, I'm sure they would.
We may see
Um,
each other again then.
Especially, and he lowers his voice and speaks to you. And
Mhm.
especially if you're willing to help us win out over the Sao Tome family.
And that Saadi just quirks an eyebrow curiously and also lowers her voice. May I ask what you mean by that?
Their family and ours have had bad blood ever since the brave Oni have come into power. And they seek to have us thrown out. But we seek to have them thrown out because the medicine and healing and curatives of the gods are always greater than what science can do.
Sorry. Saadi just sort of smiles very politely and nods with great understanding. We may speak again, as she stands back up and returns to her table.
All right, and with that, they return to their tables. And with that, in the meanwhile, Verbard had handed something over to Iori when this was all going on. And then Verbard pushes away from the table and says, um, since you said you'll be handling a few other tasks, I'll be here every day between the hours of 10 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. You may find me here. If not, then just wait for me on the next day. I will be ready when you are. Is there anything else that you wish to say to the gnome before he leaves?
Nothing
What?
that I can think of.
Where do you suspect this hidden library is in the location that you have decided that it's at? You know, is it hidden inside a building? Is it under the building?
um, you'll forgive me, but I wish to be there. So when you're ready to go, we'll go together.
All right.
And with that, he bows his head, adjusts his glasses, and he stands up. He gives a quick glance around the table, leaving the last glance to Iori, and then he turns him to take his leave.
Iori looks back to him and God, I do have descriptions for my languages. No, cool. She just tells him to stay safe.
Okay. And in Tian, he says, may remain in good health. Tian being the local language. And he's actually extremely fluent. Like, if it wasn't for the fact that he's visually a gnome, you would have thought that he was a local. He speaks it so well. And with that, he leaves the party alone. The barkeep steps by and without saying anything, just sets down a plate, 5 plates, each with like a small sushi platter for you, and bows his head. Clearly, that's his way of saying thanks for resolving the situation without violence.
Yule looks to Yarra, sheepishly grinning. I didn't expect that to actually work.
It was quite a risky maneuver. I must say I am impressed by your diplomatic skills.
Yes, good
At
work.
least I didn't lose my copper.
I would have given you you unfair copper, and the place they mentioned. Yes, I believe that is actually that would be the village, but it matters not as if this is just a quick in and out, deal with creatures, bring the bodies back. This shouldn't be no more than looks up to the sky and thinks judgment call. Could still be early morning tomorrow with a short rest between.
Well then, I suppose we should get underway.
I believe so. I don't think that there's anything else that we need from here.
Provisions for the trip.
No.
We
And at
should
that,
have those in our packs anyway.
Mm-hmm.
at
We're
that,
as
actually,
far
Saadi Saadi actually just like smiles sheepishly. She was not prepared for a journey of any kind.
Yule smiles. You're in luck. I have extra.
Huh. Saadi just sort of breathes a sigh of relief and says, "Thank you. I will
Is it?
compensate you as best as I can."
Your
Well,
your group seems rather ill prepared for venturing in this region.
I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go grab dinner.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yule chuckles. I'm more local than most of y'all.
Sorry,
I
could you
come
repeat that?
from the other side of the mountain range. Yule said, I'm more local than you, but then again, I come from the other side of the mountains. Over in,
I think it's
Words.
Cowling.
Yeah, Cowling.
Mm-hmm. Which is literally the next region over past the mountain range.
Yeah, it's 2 countries, literally 2 countries over.
Mm-hmm. So Iori, what else do you say?
Did you say Iori?
Or Iori, excuse me.
Oh no! I just was making sure that you were talking to me.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
She's well as a local of the area. I feel like it is my duty to make sure that none of you catch any unnecessary attention. So I may ask if I may stay as your, I will say, local guide.
Saadi looks curiously at Iori, but she doesn't say anything.
Yule nods. Yes, a second set of eyes that knows the land is pretty good. Especially one who's less. He looks at himself. Yeah, stick out like a sore thumb. I understand.
I'm a dwarf. I stick out everywhere. Everybody blames the dwarf.
Not where I'm from. Usually end up blaming the blue.
Can I just quickly make a terrible out of character joke?
Please.
You can't stick out anywhere because you're so short.
I'm not the shortest one in the party.
That is true.
There's so many people
I'm-
who are shorter than you right now.
I'm babysitting one of them.
Yarra is literally like barely 2 feet tall. Yule is 3 foot. Yeah.
So, I take it that the party is going to go north to the well, correct? Is that what you decided?
I believe we were headed toward the fishing village.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I thought so
Which
too.
is
Yeah, the fishing village
But
is a day away. The well is an hour away.
Gotcha. Yeah, we might as well do the well.
It's closest.
Is that where the
the
body
bodies.
was?
Yeah, where the 2 bodies are. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to propose that we take take a small stretch break, and when we're ready, we will continue.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so take a few minutes break,
I need to
and
refill my.
yep, everybody refill your drink, and we will be back in 3 to 5 minutes, we'll say, or however long you need.
Okay, I'm back.
Sounds good.
All right.
Welcome
Also,
back.
Right.
does Yarra get to slap Drin?
Yule?
Well, see that was out of character. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna take
But
a
yes.
small. Yeah, we're just taking a small break. It looks like the party wants to go to the well first, since it's closest.
Okay. Nummy.
Fiona,
Yes.
Astrid and I had a hilarious idea for Drin.
Oh yeah.
On
Oh yeah.
Take a stretch break. I already have the maps set up. So yeah.
I'm still in the tea house.
Well, yeah. I mean, I haven't moved you to the new map yet. You're a dwarf, not a
Okay.
gremlin. Stop it.
So how goes?
Well, it goes
Ouch.
pretty good.
Goes pretty good so far.
But Fee, Grumpy is a gremlin. You just don't live with him, so you don't know it.
Oh.
It's one of those things where you have to be there to experience it.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I a gremlin? I'm usually fixing everything, not screwing it up.
Well, it's because you've been fed after midnight and she got, she sprayed water on you. So that's why.
Mm.
She found you in a Oriental's gift shop. I am really showing my age with that reference.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, we're just when everybody gets back, we will continue. Matter
And
of fact,
I'll
you know
mute
what?
myself.
No worries.
Yeah.
Right now, we're just chilling right now.
This baked potato needs salt.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and move everybody. Move the token. I'm so glad I thought of the token. That Blasty showed me the token thing.
The flipping over the tokens?
Yeah, because now if you're at half health or more, you can put yourself on a bloody token, so you can show everybody, hey, I need healing.
Because that was one of my
I'm
complaints
down
last
I didn't
here.
campaign.
Medic!
Yeah. I couldn't hear what you said. My audio cut out.
You are a good bean. Thank you for showing Fiona
Okay.
the token thing.
Yes.
Yee. Because it's fun to just have my character between bloodied wolf rider and bloodied wolf rider.
Ow.
I'm really looking forward to the B plot whenever we get around to it, Fi.
Yeah, it's almost done being written, and then we can get that going.
Yeah. And it's basically going to be in chat, yeah?
Yeah, I actually need to talk with you, figure out what we're doing. Chat would be the easiest, but I mean, since it's a solo, like mapping shouldn't be but so hard.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out.
Yep.
So just checking. Roll call. Is everybody here?
Yep.
That's
Boom.
Grumpy. That's 3 people. Astrid and Dot.
I am here.
All right,
Sorry,
Dot,
I
Astrid.
am here. I just had food in my mouth.
Okay, so shall we continue?
Yep.
Yes.
Let me
Alright.
grab a granola bar, then I'll be good.
All right. So let's go with this one. So the party makes their way out of the city of Kirahata, and following the directions that the peasants had given you, you find that the old ritual well that they described was where water would be drawn from for the upcoming harvest festival is indeed within a short march away from the city. You enter a wooded area that is sparsely populated by trees, and as you get closer, you can see that the trees envelop around and go to a small, what appears to be like a glade with a single well in the center. As you enter, I need everybody to roll perception.
Did you switch maps on us?
There we go.
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Mistress.
So
I'm gonna make sure I am on my mount here. So I'm gonna set him
and
in
you
the
just
corner.
remove, just move him in the corner until you need him again. All right.
Yep.
So as you approach, you see that at the far end of the well, you can see 2 human bodies and scattered supplies around, and you see the bodies are currently being gnawed on by gigantic rats. They haven't seemed to have noticed you or are paying much attention to you at this moment. So what do you do?
Oh no, it's rats of unusual sizes.
Rodents of unusual size.
Yes.
Oh, also, Iori probably introduced herself at some point during the conversation.
Oh yeah.
I assume we did
Oh,
names
yeah.
at some point.
Yeah, because it's been about an hour. How would you have introduced yourself?
Excuse me.
We'll say before you guys got here.
Idle chatter along the way.
Well, what I mean is, what do you say?
Ah,
I will start as I am the newcomer. Hello, I am Iori. I am a local to the area, and I am a courier by trade. Through that, I have seen many very surprising things, but I feel I know the area quite well, and I hope that that makes me of use to your group.
I am Yarra Shadowtide of House Thul. I am the emissary of House Thul on behalf of my adoptive mothers, Sabat Thul and Sersha Thul.
I am Drin. I am accompanying the young miss here.
Are you a retainer?
No,
Bodyguard.
I am a family friend.
I am Saadi Al-Kathiri, bint Fadan, traveler from Kadira, and a noble of House. And this is actually something I might change later. So, House Safavid.
Goodness, quite the royal party.
And then here's the goblin
I'm
saying,
Yule. I am simply Yule, son of a miner and traveler of these lands. And this is my wolf rhyme. I will do my best to guide you through these lands,
Thank you,
as I have
Mr.
been
Yule.
paid to do.
Saadi just sort of like recoils at that a bit. Wait, you were paid?
Ah, must have helped, more or less. The young miss promised me to help me figure out more about what happened to my home
Oh,
with the scarred power hit.
see. Well, I hope that you complete your quest, Mr. Yule.
1 second.
But it matters little at this moment. We have rats to deal with.
Okay, and as the conversation ends, you see what I had described earlier. At the far end of the well are two bodies of humans that appear to be human women that appear to be in noble garb that are currently being gnawed on by rats, and their packs and things are scattered all about.
Really
So,
quickly, Saadi's just going to try and take cover behind a very close by tree.
you
Is that
certainly
possible?
can.
It's
Yes.
it's going to be this one right over here.
Okay.
She's going
Yeah.
to try and hide behind this branch, and then she's just going to like level her firearm. She just sort of like jerks her head, like, "Are you all ready?"
Hmm.
Yule draws his bow and taps his legs. His focus is clearly on those rats now.
Well, Drin, shall we take point and have them draw them in?
I shall move to the left. You should follow me so you are not in the line of fire.
Mm.
Bullets hurt.
Yes, as you would know. Being my mum's target practice is also fun for you, isn't it?
Okay, so I'm going to ask everybody to roll your initiative. Since the rats are, hold on, before you roll, since the rats haven't noticed you yet, you can roll perception or stealth.
Oh, I'm going to roll stealth.
Ha.
I
Yeah,
sneak.
stealth.
Don't forget to click your character.
Oh,
before you
hello.
roll.
Nice.
Well, I suppose that's in character.
All right,
That is
don't
very in
don't. All
character.
right, so we've got 23 for
Well,
Yarra.
was it? Oops. That's silly.
Murder. Oh.
I just realized I was actually hurt myself using that because my perception is better than my
No!
stealth.
Drin! Oh my god!
Oh my
What do you?
god!
No, we're good.
All right, Dren, what did you roll?
He got a 9. He
I
rolled a
rolled something
19
better than that
initially.
first time.
Yeah, yeah. You're so.
You
let me
said
see,
you should
1,
have clicked
2.
my character sheet first, or my.
Well, I meant your character, but all right. Let me
Yeah.
just roll for the rats. Okay. So, now that we have everybody in, so now, battle time. So we're gonna start at the top. Yada, you're first.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. Okay. Give me 1 second.
And by the way, don't forget, real quick for the people that haven't played Pathfinder Second Edition before, Pathfinder Second Edition works on a 3-action economy. On your turn, you can do any 3 actions: pulling out a weapon. I'm assuming you already pulled out your weapon before you got here, so you don't have to worry about that this time. Pulling out a weapon, moving, attacking, so on. You get 3 actions, whatever you do with it. Attacking, though, will have a increasing attack penalty. So usually you don't want to do attacks more than once or twice. So there we go.
Okay.
So Yada, you're first.
I'm gonna move up to this rat, and I'm gonna
Okay.
whack it with the great axe.
Okay. Were you able to move there in 1 action, or did you need 2?
1.
Okay. All right, so you rolled a
Oh,
17.
what's your move speed?
25.
Yeah, what is your move speed?
Okay, it's more. Okay, you're good because you were moved into place beforehand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, 17. So that's going to be a hit, and as you immediately run up and slash down with your great axe, you cleave the rat in twain, and the other rats turn towards you and now start to hiss as they look at you with anger. You have one action remaining, I believe.
Yep. She's just going to, like, for her fine robes, she'll have already taken them off and switched to the armor, of course. And she's gonna just, who's next?
So you're attempting a demoralize?
Yeah. Now, what do I roll
Okay.
again?
Demoralize, I believe, is intimidation. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That I believe is a critical fail. Thankfully, there's a fail effect. The rats are not scared by you.
Fitting.
Alright.
Just about the same size as that.
Drin, you're up.
I'm going to run up and pound on that one.
Okay, so it takes you 2 actions to get that one. So go ahead and make your attack. Dwarves move 25, so yeah, it would take 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
On 18, you immediately come up, slash down, and smash the rat into the ground. Squish.
Little rat go squish.
Mhm. And it'll be their turn. The rats are first going to move in. 2 of them are going to go to Bryn, and 1 towards Yarra. They will attempt to demoralize as their next action. So they're going to make an attempt to frighten you. So this is against Yarra. Critical fail, no problem. And failure.
You're just as small as me. Stop that.
Apparently you're not scared of them. And finally, for their last action, they're going to attempt to bite. First one against Yarra. Does an 18 hit you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm going to need you to... so you're going to take 7 piercing, and I need you to make a fortitude save for the putrid plague.
I'm re-rolling that.
Hold on. Before you roll... Yeah, you would need to re-roll that.
There we go.
Alright. That's a success. You're not affected. The next 2 attacks, here's against Drin. First attack. I believe a 14 misses.
Yeah, it missed.
And the second one will also miss. Alright, that's it.
Wait.
Ryder, you're up.
You'll legs onto his wolf. Yeah, boy. That's giving his wolf 2 movement, 2 points out of his from his which they let move to range here because there. He's gonna shoot at the. He's gonna mark the rat that's nearest Braun as his Drin. Sorry. Drin.
Okay.
So gaining him 100 spray, which is gives me some advantages against it, along with I get to do an extra D8 of damage to it when I hit.
All right, let's see if you hit.
So I'm gonna shoot it with my short bow.
12 is. Hold on, let me see their armor class first. That would be a miss.
Yeah, I'll re-roll that then.
Go for it.
Much better.
Alright, that is a critical hit for 11 damage, which immediately spears the rat into the ground.
I'll be right back. I'm getting a phone
And
call.
let me roll. Then I will re-roll the 8. Another 5 damage.
Alright, it is super dead.
Alright.
Saadi, it would be Saadi. Saadi, are you back or?
They just went to go take a phone call.
Bad timing. I'll come back to Saadi. You're up.
At the moment the group seems to have been preparing for combat, Iori literally just disappears and is currently in a tree.
Okay. What else will you do?
Considering that I currently am on my critical success stealth, I will keep watch.
Okay.
Yeah, fitting.
So, you'll.
Because I have a
delay then.
feeling this is. I have a feeling it's not going to be just this easy.
No.
Perhaps. Alright, so then you'll remain on watch, and let me know if you want to interrupt. I'm going to say that Saadi is also on delay. So,
Actually, I'm back.
Saadi's back. Okay,
Sorry about that.
so no, it's okay. So, what will you do?
Okay. Let me just check. Am I within 90 feet of the rats or the nearest rat?
Let's
And
find
do I
it.
have a clear?
Boom.
You
yes,
are.
you are.
Do I have a clear line of sight with them, or is the well blocking them?
The well is providing some partial cover.
All right. Saadi's just going to move up slightly so that she can see them. So that's going to be a movement action. Let's see. 5, 10. Yeah, over there. Right behind this tree.
Okay.
Yep. And she has 30 feet of movement, so she can do that in one turn. And she is going to shoot at the rat on the far north. Yes.
Go for it.
And let's see. My character sheet is right here. Keep in mind, because it's a Jezzail, it has the because she's a gunslinger, she gets the whatchamacallit? One shot, one kill, I think it's called. Basically, you add a 1d6 to your first shot on the first shot on the first turn.
Okay.
If it hits, of course.
Right.
Yep. So, see if you hit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that hits.
That's a critical, in fact.
Oh. Well, okay.
Poof!
I don't think I need to roll an extra d6.
No, you don't, because the rat is basically like one shot. As the bullet explodes out of your gun, all of a sudden the rat is Ratty Gibbs.
And Saadi's last question. It is a fine mist now.
Delicious giblets.
Anyways, Saadi uses her last action. It's an interact, just reloading her gun.
Okay. So, Iori, since you were delayed, give me a perception check, if you please.
I'm on it. Nat 20.
Excellent. That's critical success. So
Damn.
I'm going to give you some information, and then you can ask one question. You can DM it to me later.
We're on a roll with these at the perfect time.
Yeah, this is my third nat 20 of the night, which is very bizarre.
For real.
That means the hammer's going to
Could be
fall.
worse.
Actually, I think I'm going to live forever, and nothing bad will ever come of my actions.
Agreed.
Okay. So, while you think of a question, top of the round, Yarra, you're up again. There's one rat remaining. Oh, I almost forgot to tell Iori something.
We're not hearing you.
I'm gonna raise my great axe and just bring it down.
Whop.
Alright, that will be a near miss if the rat manages to dodge out of the way. Do you wish to use a hero point?
I don't have any more, so I'll just try hitting again.
Okay, don't forget to press the number 2 since this is your... Yep, go for it. Oof, no, that's going to be another miss.
How could you miss? It's 3 feet in front of you.
It's just as big as her! It's an even fight!
Okay. Yeah, it's not in that one. That's the important part. But that is a critical. That is a critical fail, And because it's a critical fail, you in your anger step, and basically you are off guard. So it's a little easier to hit you.
Okay.
All right, but it is Drin's turn, so they may not get a chance to do anything about that, as there's one rat remaining.
Kill it! Kill it! Kill it!
Smash.
Okay, well, you didn't need to do the liberating
Oh.
step because they didn't make an attack, but that's gonna miss. This rat is badass. Yo. Do you want to
Dodging and
reroll or
weaving.
I still have 2 hero points, so I'll use one of those.
this is Muhammad Rat Lee.
Or Bruce
Sting
Lee.
like a butterfly, bite like a bee. Oh, never mind, I screwed that joke up. Moving on.
Yeah, you did.
So, yeah, go ahead and reroll. That'll do it. Alright, and you smash the rat into the side, and it is nearly down. It is definitely bloodied at this point, but it is still barely up, but it squeaks, and it looks like it's ready to just leave. What do you do? You have one other action remaining.
Swing the hammer again.
Or 2 actions, actually. Well, no, 1, because you'd have to move, so make your swing.
Excuse me. Oh god.
Oh, nowhere.
Nice.
And that'll do it. The final rat is defeated as you smash it with your warhammer. And as you do so, all is quiet. Or so it appears. You see the bodies before you. What do you do?
Before anyone does anything, Iori drops out of the tree line, like, behind the group, and says, we have guests coming soon. Please make it look less like you killed these 2 people and these 5 rats.
Oh crap.
Alright, you have some time. What will you do? We're gonna keep yeah, so I'm just gonna go down the line, starting with Brahm and Yarra, since you were the first ones to rush in. What do you 2 do?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm going to start throwing the rat bodies in behind the trees.
Alright, so you collect the
Oh,
rat
God.
bodies and you start
Oh,
throwing
God.
them behind the trees.
Thank God you just didn't say the well.
No, never poison a well.
Mm-mm.
Exactly. Good.
Alright, so
Yarra's
I'll
going
just throw them over there.
Yara's gonna clean her weapons.
Okay.
And
Going
stow
down
'em.
the line. So, Saadi, what do you do?
Well, I feel like Saadi should just, instead of going to try and clean up the bodies, meet the travelers who are on the way. So she's just going to move down the road.
Okay.
Yule is gonna head that way too.
Okay. So everybody's ignoring the pact currently, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Currently.
We acknowledge they exist, but we haven't touched them yet.
Yep. Iori, what about you?
Iori looks directly into the camera and then, like, disappears back into the tree line.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check, if you please.
17.
Nice.
Well, stealth, not perception.
Oh, wrong button.
Nah, it's all good.
Another nat 20.
Oh, ooh. Would you like
Do
to
you want to reroll that?
Yeah, sure. I'll use a point to reroll it.
Much
Okay.
better.
Yeah, they don't notice you. I just looked at their passives. Anyway, so, Saadi, as you and Yule head up the road, you see a group of 3 orcs that are approaching. And the 3 orcs appear to be dressed like adventurers, or just like they don't have any particular markings on them. Just that they definitely look like they are maybe travelers that have come in. And as they approach, the orc in the middle looks towards you and says, Greetings. Well met to you.
Bad.
Well met,
And waits
stranger.
for you to speak.
May I ask you, were you sent on a quest to this well as we were, or are you simply here to draw some water?
We overheard that there was a situation going on, and we came here to investigate. We're surprised that we found a group here already, but I suppose then there shouldn't be any problems then. Are there
Yeah, I
two
don't think
bodies in this glade somewhere?
that's right. And she just sort of jerks her head over her shoulder, just past the other side of the well.
Hmm. Do you work for either of the two families?
Not currently, considering my options. She
Excellent.
smiles politely.
Well, then here's what I propose. Choose the family that you like the least and burn that body.
What
We'll report.
consequences? What
Good.
consequences would there be if we did not burn either body?
Well, see, that's the thing. We're here to make good with one of the families, and they would have us. They would have us cast dishonor upon their rivals. So, whichever one you burn, we can make good with the other family, and that's what we wish to do.
All right.
And we
I
wish
will
to
keep
do
that in
that
mind.
whether. No, I don't think you understand. We wish to do that. You can choose, or you can be swept aside and we'll choose ourselves.
Of course.
I don't think you understand
Now,
the
if you'll
situation
follow
you're
me, my
standing
friends.
in.
Saadi just sort of turns on her heel, and casually walks back towards the rest of their party.
As
And
you're
she
on your way
gestures.
back, one of the orcs looks towards Yule and says, "I'm sorry. What did you say? We don't understand the situation. Do explain the situation then to us."
I think
Yule
that they
doesn't
understand the
say
situation quite
anything.
well, my friend.
Yule says, "You're right. They probably do. Let us lead the way then."
Good boy.
Okay. The orcs move closer to the glade, but they will keep their distance. The leader hangs them back some. What does the party do?
Before Saadi actually goes back to the party, she's just going to take a look back at the orcs and just give them a proper look over. See if basically she's trying to get a sense of, can she take him? Can we take him?
Um,
Yule
Should I
sees the look in her eyes and nods to her. He
should I
believes
like
it can.
roll a perception check for that, or
yes, you can roll a perception check, and keep in mind you can. Yep. So perception. They seem to be well armed and armored, so it is definitely possible that you could take them on, and good. But as they are, good tactics would definitely lead the way. Meanwhile, though, since Iori, you were hidden, what are you doing? Because they don't notice you.
Let me look over my stuff. Um, I am going to cast Ghost Sound from the uh, uh centered around like the two corpses.
Okay. And what will the sound be? While you're deciding, just to remind everyone, you can ask me questions of the orcs by using recall knowledge. Basically, you ask a question, and we figure out what skill you roll. And if you succeed, I have to answer that question.
Can I use lore Chu Ye to pick like a local superstition?
You certainly can. Yeah, there are ghost stories, so you could make ghost sounds to make kind of a howling ghost sound that would be recognizable.
Yeah, I'm going to let me double check for the rules on ghost sound. Yeah, so basically that there is a square of anyone within 30 feet of the bodies can hear the ghostly wails of spirits attempting to pass into the
Wait, hold on.
into the spiritual
Within 30
realm.
feet of the bodies?
Well, I'm assuming you're doing it in a way closer so that they can hear as well, right? You're doing it so the orcs can hear?
Yeah, actually, I'll say it's coming from the well, and they'll just hear it when they step closer.
Okay, so we'll just move them a little closer. And
There isn't like a check or anything on this. It's just like you hear a noise.
No, I know how it works. Okay, so when you cast it, the sounds of like ominous howling and moaning, like of spectral beings coming coming out of the well towards them, towards the groups, starts howling out of the well, and the orcs are immediately off-centered by this. The two in the front draw out little. The two draw out javelins, and they're looking around towards the well, whereas the one in the back draws out a short sword.
They look in the well and hear, "We're Marley and Marley." Ooh.
So it seems that
it's-
you've unsettled them. So go ahead. What do you do?
Can I talk? Or still Iori's turn?
Well, right now we're not in turns right now, so
That's all I'm doing.
yeah. So what do you do, Saadi?
Well, Saadi just heard a fucking ghost noise. A very pretty convincing ghost noise in a land that she's never been to before. So she draws her gun and she points it directly at the well. She looks fucking scared.
And the orcs look to and say, what is going on? What are you doing?"
I don't fucking know! And this is the first time that Saadi's ever sworn in front of the party.
Yule taps on the side of Rhyme, and Rhyme begins acting like he is a little bit freaked out by this. It's like he's playing into this.
Okay. Would someone care to make a performance or a bluff check?
Oh, I am definitely gonna make a performance.
Can I make a performance, even though Saadi isn't actually
Well,
performing?
I'll allow it.
Oh,
We'll say
nice.
that you're rolling.
Oh,
Okay, so that's going to be 22, 18. So, as you make this show and performance, the orcs immediately look between one another and they shout to one another. And then they shout to you, and Tian. Clearly, this well is haunted. Quickly, burn one of the bodies. It's not even worth it. We're out of here. And they immediately turn around and walk away. And unless you stop them, they're gone.
Oh my god.
I don't recall shaking their hands. Let's take both the bodies back to where they belong.
Yes.
Well, all right, then they leave.
Yule chuckles.
Saadi's
Yes.
just like pointing her gun every which way, trying to find where the ghost noise came from.
After after making sure that the orcs are like actually gone.
Yeah, they break into a sprint after they leave the glade.
Good.
The noise just kind of disappears, and Iori steps out from the tree line. And I did not think I was not sure that was going to work.
What?
The noise was me.
What?
Yule chuckles. That's actually pretty good.
Thank you.
That was actually really good. That really did work. If not for the fact that the accent was closer to my own.
Are you insinuating that my ghosts have accents?
Or at least to my ears. I thought it sounded like it was something from my land, from where I live.
Saadi still looks like she's super tense, but seeing the two of them joking around, she lowers her rifle. She doesn't put it away, but she lowers it.
And then what do you do?
Yarra's gonna inspect the pack, just like laughing, but also like beat red that she fell for it.
We never did do a perception check for Drin.
Oh, I'm sorry. What were you doing with your perception check?
I don't know.
You were looking at the bodies.
I was looking at the bodies at the time, and then the noise happened. Okay. I don't know what I was supposed to perceive.
Okay. You look at the bodies, and apparently it looks like that the bodies were... actually, did you make your roll?
No.
You know what? Make a roll, please.
Better. 24. Nat 20.
Okay.
Wow.
The boy sees all!
The boy sees God!
So, you examine the bodies, and you find that each of the bodies had like a special... a dagger with insignias on it, which you can presume would be of the two families.
Similar to clans' daggers, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much close to the clan daggers. But you also notice that each of them has a small, small not turquoise, small opal stone that seems to be wrapped up in a silk handkerchief hidden amongst their clothes. And it seems that they were polished and made to match, which is strange because they're on two different families' bodies.
Hmm.
Oh, and Juliet.
Yes.
Star-crossed lovers.
Is what it seems to be.
Like mommy and mother.
Except...
I have a feeling it's different than that, young one.
But in either case...
Obviously, two feuding families who wanted to join together.
So I'm also going to... Because I'm assuming you're going to take time to search the area and see what you can find, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to mark down what you find. This will be just a moment.
And what we can steal.
These
There we
are
go.
noble. These are nobility. We should not steal from them.
Oh, but the money!
We are supposed to be taking them back intact to their families.
Well, remember, you were told to bring their bodies back.
These are small...
Wait, Saadi's going to start drawing well from the water. They said that they needed well from the water for the festival anyways, right?
Might as well.
Oh! That is smart. Bleh.
Well, these are these. Two, yeah. It's up to you. You can roleplay however you like, but that's what you find.
I
Well,
will not.
actually-
I will not take anything from these two.
That's
I will
really
not
quickly.
stop you from doing so.
Can Saadi just check and see if any of these two, either of these two, have any kind of, I don't know, distinctive heraldry? Like, she's already seen the kanji for the two houses, but if they have anything beyond that.
Based on their clothes and comparing them to what you saw, they seem to be highly placed servants. They are not the noble caste.
Gotcha. Understood. And that's all. She's just going to go back to drawing well water then.
Okay. You find some nearby buckets and you draw some water. What do the rest of you do?
Prepare the bodies for transport.
Yeah.
Okay.
Luckily, we can do something. Have them pulled on a skiff or something. We can make a skiff out of the woods here.
Now, mind you,
Transport.
what Saadi's doing might not be good. It might actually be very bad. Because what if, it's the responsibility specifically of these two noble houses to draw the well water for the festival?
You could roll
But
society and see if you know.
I
Or Chu
guess
Ye lore.
Saadi will do that, society. She doesn't know anything specific about Chu Ye, so it's just a vibe for her.
Okay.
Huh.
Iori, would you like to roll your Chu Ye lore? It's a lower
Sure.
difficulty.
Hey.
Okay. You both got it. The water is more important than who draws it. It's very likely that the families just sent them out here to go get it for them. So as long as the water comes from the well, then it should be fine.
Iori explains this using your words.
So, what will you do with the? You're preparing the bodies for transport, and what are you doing with the items that were scattered around?
Yule's gonna gather them up and just do his best to figure out. Okay, these went with this person, this with this, and he puts them with the bodies because they were their personal belongings for the most part.
Query, based off of what we've seen from the bodies, does it look like they were killed by the rats?
No. It looks like that they were being gnawed on by the rats, but it looks like that they had knife wounds on them. It looks like that they might have saw each other and then exploded into violence and stabbed one another. Because nearby, tossed in the woods, you do see some bloody daggers.
Well, there goes that theory, lovers.
Also,
Maybe
there goes.
not.
Well,
If they stabbed each other, the knives would be in their hands still.
that is true.
Yarra's. I'm gonna go over and investigate the daggers.
Go for it. Give me a perception check.
Okay. Perception, don't fail me.
Yeah, and Yule is definitely gonna go.
Oh,
through their
you know what?
Yule is definitely
No.
Those daggers sure are bloody.
Damn, that's crazy.
I think they're daggers.
Yule is gonna help with this. What?
Guys, these people, they've been stabbed!
God damn. Like, what the heck?
Okay, so you're looking over the daggers as well, right?
Yes.
Why is my
Okay, so
perception so bad?
you look over the daggers and
You don't have your training set.
Oh, you need to set your training then.
Ooh.
Can I redo?
Yeah,
I mean, you know what? Sure, go ahead. Just set your training this time.
God damn! It's a little better.
Okay.
It's a lot
Um,
better.
yeah, it appears that the daggers were tossed into the woods, and like you see signs on the ground near where their hands are that show that the daggers had fallen into the dirt and may have been in their hands, but then their hands may have been opened, the daggers taken and tossed in the woods.
They weren't
Huh.
fighting each other, were they?
Based,
No.
actually, based on your check, it looks like they were fighting each other, but somebody threw the daggers away after the fighting was done.
Ah. Could the servants have done it?
That's a good question. That is a good question to ask them later.
Yeah, Fiona, got any CSI Miami music?
Give me one second, I'm just making something.
Royalty free, of course.
Royalty free, of course.
Yeah, sadly I do not have that, but give me 1 second.
Yeah. Also, Yarra, your training you're an expert in perception.
Really? Arg.
Yeah.
Burger, burger, burger,
Alright.
burger.
Dot, check your DMs.
Oh, oh! I saw that. I didn't know that's what that did. Okay, cool.
Molto bene.
Molto
There you
bene.
go.
Okay, let me just see them. Oh shoot, what'd I do? Okay, it's fixed.
Hurgle burgle. On my back. Do 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 do.
Mana.
Do, do.
Okay, so what else do you do?
Well, after looking at the weapons, Yule is actually going to look at the bodies once more and see if he can make heads or tails of the
Defensive.
wounds.
Yeah.
All right, that would be
Yeah,
either
yeah,
medicine or perception.
All right. Perception again.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
I'm gonna re-roll that. There we go.
Ooh,
Okay.
you perceive
Um,
all.
It takes you about 10 minutes to try to like case the place and figure out what happened. But what it looks like is that the two people came to the well, and you spot tracks from the past like 4 hours that kind of help you paint a picture. What it looks like is that the two people came here and had their servants wait outside of the glade. They came here, they were drawing water, but then they broke out into fighting. They apparently killed each other through stab wounds, and when the somebody came to see the bodies, and immediately panic and like grab the daggers and toss them into the woods, and then you see footsteps running back towards town.
Okay, so servants are just cowards. It seems at the end of the day. But we can help both sides, I guess, by bringing home the bodies. The fact that they killed each other over something petty doesn't change.
All right, so it's been about 10 minutes. What is everyone else doing?
Saadi's just drawing a second bucket of water.
Okay. You find a second bucket, you fill it, and you draw it. So you now have 2 buckets of water from the well.
You have like a pen and
Saadi
paper
has
too.
2 buckets of water.
Wait, what'd you say, Iori?
You have pen and paper as well for when you draw that bucket.
Oh, God.
Well, funny you should mention
You
it.
know what? Take this very angry hero point.
Thank you.
That was loud.
Take this, yeah. Take this very angry hero point. But all right, so is everybody gathered up what they wish to?
Yeah. We
I think so.
So is plundering the coinage all right by you, Drin?
As long as they are not nobility themselves, it is okay.
Yay!
Yep, they appear to be servants, not nobility. So, just to reiterate, the items that were found is you count out the copper coins, and there are 100 copper coins. Yep, exactly. A chunk of silver, which can be used for crafting. 10 gold piece worth. A masquerade scarf and deployable cover.
I'll take the deployable cover.
I like a scarf.
I could craft something with the silver.
Yeah, sounds good. Actually, no. Actually, the little cover would actually be really helpful for
Iori.
yeah, or Iori or Saadi. Either one could use that.
Use what? The silver?
No, the deployable cover.
The
Deployable what?
Cover.
Oh, yes. We could do both use
you
that.
could use that. Yeah.
So,
One of you two take it because you could use.
Just
Put
so
the
you
coin
know,
for it.
a masquerade scarf is an invested item, so whoever has it has to bond to it. You can only bond the 10 items. What it does is that once per day, you arrange a scarf over your face, and it casts a first level illusory disguise spell on you. So, whomever wants it.
Not the dwarf.
No. I think, Saadi, would you like this scarf?
Yeah. What does it do?
It, player glitch. It disguises your face once per day. If you
But
so
who would
need.
want to not see my beautiful face?
In case we're undercover?
But who wouldn't want to see my beautiful face?
I think Saadi is an it.
You keep. Saadi says that laughing, and she just says, "Keep it for yourself or give it to someone else. I have
Okay.
no use for it."
I'll keep it.
Okay, so the party is on their way back to town.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Where do you wish to go once you make it back to town?
We should split up and send one to each house.
Yep.
That way the body of the other one is not seen by the opposition.
A wise thought. Yes.
Okay, and so who's going to which house?
I would say probably Saadi would probably best be going to the
The not
He
aged
gets-
one.
Satome.
Sao Tome.
No, wait.
Yeah.
Or what's
Just to remind
Satome?
us,
Who did they talk?
the
It's
Sao Tome were,
Salome, Hiketoki.
Higetoki were the magical healers, and the Sao Tome were the science healers.
Science healers would be better
No, I'm
for
just-
Yarra. Just saying.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but I'm just saying, had they spoken to before?
Well, I mean, remember you only spoke to servants, so technically you've spoken to no one of import in either.
That's true.
Saadi spoke with the magic healers.
With
Well,
right.
Hiketoki.
let me put it. Yeah, let me put it to you like this. I am keeping. Just this is out of character. There is a plot line with both families, and whoever delivers to them will gain a renown point for them. So if you wish to gain renown with one, be there.
Yep.
So who is
So
interested in gaining renown with the? Go ahead.
I said technically we could game this and have everybody gain a point with both.
Tis true.
Yeah.
Hide a body for a little while
Just-
and take the first one to the one place. Pick the second one up and go to the second place. As a
I
group.
don't know how I feel about that. I mean, where would it even keep a body in hiding? Or are you just saying we should like disguise the body with a scarf?
Oh!
No, more.
That would not
No,
work
because
because you
Dang
have
it.
to be. You have
Because
to
you
I
have
was
to
invest
bind
to it.
with it.
Yeah, you have to bind
it's more
with
of a.
You cannot weekend at Bernie's this thing.
it.
Okay,
What about the
Okay.
deployable cover?
fair enough.
So can
N-
I say what I would like to propose?
Sure.
Sure.
certainly.
And this is what Saadi would propose too. Uh, you know, we can't evenly split, but three of us go to one house, two of us to the other. Saadi would like to go to the medicine house, Sao Tome, and we should each bring a bucket of water to both of the houses as well.
I concur.
But that is,
So, all right.
if you
Well,
guys want to do something else, then
I will go with Saadi.
I have to start the oven, but Iori would actually say that it is a bad omen for it to be lopsided, so she will return to the tea house.
Okay.
understood.
All right. So then, since Iori's stepping out of that, where the rest of you? Who is going to the Sao Tome house? They're the science healers.
That would
So
be me and Drin.
I think Saadi wanted to go there to right.
Yes, but she is willing to go to the house Higetoki instead.
Okay.
Oh wait, I'm getting them confused. Okay, which ones are the science? Which ones are the magic?
All right. Hold on.
Uh,
I'll type it out in the chat.
Sorry, that's where
No,
I'm
it's
getting
it,
confused.
it's all good. It's all good. There you go.
Okay. So I would probably be going to Salatome because that's
Alchemical.
yeah.
Okay. So here, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep Iori at the bottom of the well since Iori's not going to either. If you're going to the science healers, be on this side.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So,
I'm
on
just
the
saying, but
go ahead.
just as a thing here. Do you Wandren?
Huh?
Yeah, are you certain that you wanted to the science healers in character here? We're talking.
Saadi
Because if not,
Saadi would be fine with either in character.
okay, cool. Double checking.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
All right. So once you arrive, since you not only are bringing the bodies back in relatively good condition because they were a little nibbled, and you brought water, each of you are going to gain 2 reputation with that respective house. You can put that under ally organizations in your campaign notes section, which is in details in your sheet.
Understood. Details.
So Higatoki 2.
In addition, the both houses will pay your sides 10 silver each.
Yay.
As in your side, so not 10 silver. Yeah, so 10 silver to in total for each side.
Cool. So that's 5.
Five per character.
Yep.
Yep. Well, yeah, 5 per character, unless you're splitting it 4 ways with Iori.
Iori. And we should do that because the only reason that this worked the way it did is because of Iori.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have no problem sharing with the group.
Nope.
Okay. So then 4 silver to the party.
4 silver. Woo!
4 silver.
That gives me 1 gold and 4 silver. I'm not gonna die of food deprivation today. Woo!
Of course not. The dwarf is here. He knows how to cook everything.
And I've got a frying pan.
And you have somebody here who knows how to hunt on the road. So.
All right.
We're
Two of us.
dungeon meshing this. Woo!
Saadi will play the role of oh god, Marcel. He's like, I don't want to eat monsters.
So
It's only a rabbit.
I don't want to eat monsters.
Who wants to be Chucklefuck?
So once that. So did you hear you're getting 4 silver?
I did.
Yep. Okay. So once the party gathers, it's been about 3 hours because the families, of course, keep you there for a little bit to thank you and tell you that they appreciate your assistance. You get the feeling that both families actually really dislike one another, but I'm going to ask, except for Iori, each side pick one person who is the main one rolling perception, and the other person can roll to help. So first we're going to start with Drin and Yarra. Which one of you is rolling perception?
Well, I am an expert in perception. What about you, Drin?
Oh, simply trained.
Okay, perceive.
All right, so Drin, go ahead and roll both of you roll your perception. Yarra is the main one in charge.
Ouch.
All right, so that's 17. And that's going to be a +1, so 18. Excellent. While you were there, and you went to the
Tommy.
the Saotome house. Let me just look over my notes. Where is it? Here they are. You see once you arrive, you see a woman who seems absolutely miserable, who is seems to be dressed in noble finery, but is like remaining away from everything. But she seems a little hopeful that you've arrived with the bodies and the water. But she steps away before you can interact with her. Like she was like down the hall, she overheard, and then she stepped into another room. Yeah, it's basically that's what you see. Okay. And while you decide what to do with that information, I'm going to ask the other side. Yule and Saadi. Who is the main one rolling perception?
Oh. Let's see. Wisdom. Oh, mine is 0.
Okay, so I'll take the lead then.
Wait,
Yep.
0? You don't have training?
No, I do.
No,
We're talking about the wisdom.
We're talking about wisdom modifier.
Oh, gotcha. All right, so
That's the only
Saadi,
difference between us.
So Saadi, you'll be the one rolling to assist. Go for it. Okay, so that's +1. That'll be a 12, which is not enough.
You want to?
It's up to you.
Do we want to just say? You want to flip that?
Well, you've already decided, so we're sticking with it.
You can use a hero point to
It's up
reroll
to you.
that.
Right, I'm out of hero point. I'm out of hero points.
Oh,
Okay,
you
so
can't
you don't
use a real hero point.
you don't notice any details. So, with that said, once the party reconvenes, I'm assuming everybody's meeting at the tea house then?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Once you make it back to the tea house, you see that the servants that were the groups have dispersed by and large. And except for the two servants that were about ready to fight earlier, when they spot your group arriving, they immediately rush over and say, "Did you find them?"
So, yes, we found them. The rats had not eaten them just yet. But,
So, how?
but,
But what?
I just want an honest answer here. I know they probably ended up fighting each other and kill each other, and one of you came in and threw away the knives and ran back here. I just want an honest answer of what happened from your point of view. No monsters, no nothing.
Give me a diplomacy check.
I'll assist.
Okay, so go for it. Both of you roll.
Really? Really?
Oh no, that's a
Ooh.
minus. Oh no.
Do you want to re-roll that?
I can't.
Okay, well that's going to be a minus. So I think that's a -2 to your roll.
Oh,
Oh, never mind. Oh,
They
never.
so
Just
they look to you and they say, "We know what we saw. There were big, scary monsters that came in and attacked both of them, and the cowards of the two families." And they look like they're about ready to actually. They immediately storm off, and they step away from the bar, and they immediately break into a fight. And you see guard officials coming in to break it up. It seems you will not be getting any answers from them.
Crap.
well, that's worth a shot.
That's rough, buddy.
I mean, we try and do a miracle. You get a shitty miracle. Let's go grab some supplies and then hit the road. I think at this rate, we want to get. We still have enough. I believe we still have enough time to reach the village by mid morning tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Saadi
Mhm.
Saadi looks like she wants to fight, as if like she's gonna say, "Hey, let's just sleep for a night. We've earned it." But then she just sort of looks around at the mood of the room. And she just sort of sighs and says, "Okay, but I'm gonna buy some food here first."
Oh, definitely. I didn't say go out on an empty stomach. I said get a meal and get going once we've had something refreshed ourselves.
Okay. So you can buy a fine meal here. Currently, since it's late in the afternoon, they don't have like the dinner. It's not quite dinner yet, so they don't have the dinner meal set up. But they do have like fresh fish, rice dishes, mochi, dango, and various other Tian Xia dishes available. You can get yourself a fine meal for 2 silver, and you can also get a week's of rations for 4 silver.
Tango, tango, tango.
Okay.
oh,
Saadi is going
the
to
song from Clannad.
Yes.
Yeah, big fan.
really quickly. Saadi is just going to purchase a fine fish for her meal for today, and then a week's worth of rations for 4 silver, and that'll leave her with 8 silver in total.
Okay. And so after, is anybody else purchasing a meal, or are you just gonna head on out?
I'll go ahead and purchase a meal. What was it? 1 silver?
Yes, 1 silver for a meal for now, and that comes with a drink. Your choice of either tea or sake.
Today, sake.
And you can also buy rations.
Yeah, I'm good on rations. I just need to grab a meal before we head out because. Yeah.
Okay. So after you do so, everybody go ahead and restore a hero point.
Yay.
Back up
And
to 2.
mhm. And the party is going to, after you gathered your supplies, since you said you were going to go to the nearby village, the village, by the way, you are told is called Minakame Ongaku Mura, which is, oh crap, I forgot what the translates to. I'll look it up later, but,
Kami means God.
uh,
Or divine. One of the two. Yes, I remember some Japanese.
Of course, it was in Dragon Ball Z.
I never watched that.
Oh,
well, and it doesn't matter. I'll look it up later. But in either case, what I need, first, who is taking point in leading? Somebody with decent perception and survival is recommended, or you can double up, of course.
I think we really should just double up with Yarra and Saadi. Because
Up front?
that's...
Perception and survival.
Yeah.
Saadi has decent perception, but she has 0 survival.
Ditto.
I've got decent perception and a +4 survival.
I have a +4 survival.
I have a +4 survival. I have a +4 perception, but I also have low light vision.
I also have keen
I
eyes.
I have dark vision.
Dang!
Yeah, with me, I guess.
Dark
And
vision.
Oh, look at the person coming in here with dark vision, like it's fifth ed.
We are traveling. We are now traveling at night.
Well, it's not quite night yet, because the reason I'm asking is who's going to be in charge in case something happens. Because I want that person to roll a flat d20 check.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, I'll roll it. It would be his job anyway because he's the local.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the
Lead.
guide. He's our little guide.
Yeah.
All right, rolling that d20.
Whoa! Holy crap!
Nat 20.
You're guiding the fuck out of us.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so
You're good.
Iori, I whispered you something. Okay, actually, that's bad because that means you get 2 random encounters.
Oh, shit.
Oh god!
So let me see what you get. Okay, we'll say. Oh boy! All right, so first I'll do this one.
Sorry.
You're
Oh.
fine.
All right, so early in the afternoon, as the party travels along, you find standing by the road a small merchant who is sitting on the edge of a wagon, currently sharpening a blade. The merchant looks towards your group and waves a hand in greeting. And after some short conversation, the merchant you realize is a hunter who is on his way back to Kirahata to offer their wares, and they have some extra fresh meat, herbs and spices, and other things that they've gathered. So you can purchase rations from them as well as cooking supplies for 25% off.
Ooh.
Not
Cooking
bad.
supplies. How much? What cooking supplies do they have?
They have basically you can either buy common supplies, which will basically give you a +1 to cooking checks for a week for 5 copper, or you can buy their fine spices, which will give you a +2 to cooking for a week for 1 silver.
Hey, be careful with
And
the
that's-
spice.
Drin will buy 2 of those.
Okay. And so 2 silver, 20% off. That would be 10,
75
20.
or 7 copper?
2 silver is like 20 copper, so that's
right.
15 copper.
Okay.
All right. And that means you can buy rations for 3 silver for a week instead of 4. Do you purchase anything else?
I'll pick up one thing of rations.
Okay.
So I'll go down to 9 silver.
All right. After that, they continue on their way.
Hold on. Before they
Oh.
go,
Yeah, what's up?
Iori asks, because you said that they are a hunter, correct?
Yes.
Iori checks to see if they have any fresh game.
They do, in fact. They do, in fact, have fresh game.
What do they hunt?
It appears that they hunt boar. So they have fresh boar as well as fowl like ducks and pheasants. He looks over at you, examining the stock, and he says, "I'm afraid if you're looking for foxes, then I don't have any. I come from I used to live in the just outside of the Forest of Spirits, and my family always taught me that it's bad luck to hunt foxes, so I won't touch them."
Iori hands back the what she was looking through, gives him a single silver piece without buying anything, and adds, "It is bad luck."
Agreed. And I thank you for this. And with that, the hunter bows his head and says, "Is there anything else that you'll be needing?"
What
No,
else does he
thank
sell?
He had boar there.
How
Yeah.
many gold? How many silver make a gold?
10 silver make a gold.
It's base 10 math.
Okay, good.
It's not Electrum being weird.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
I knew
God damn
you
it!
were.
Why is that 20?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're good to
So
go
you're-
then.
Okay. So, whoever was in the lead, I need you to make a perception check.
All right.
Because this is the second encounter towards the evening. Since you have dark vision, you do not take penalties.
15.
Okay. Would you like to reroll that?
Yes.
Go for it. Okay. As you're traveling along through the darkness, you step closer and eventually you raise your hand and you stop the party. And you point on and show several different mushrooms that are lying on the ground on your path. You tell them that this is a poisonous fungus that, if disturbed, releases poisonous spores that could be dangerous if you breathe it in. So, since you did notice in time, you can either try to navigate through with bonuses to your check, basically a acrobatics check or perception, or you could spend an extra hour, some extra time to basically navigate around the entire mold growth.
You said acrobatics?
Acrobatics or perception. Or you could attempt survival to take some time to remove the mold so it won't be a problem ever again.
I'm gonna do survival option here.
Okay, is anyone assisting?
Nope.
No.
My dice
I'm
need
gonna
to be
use
locked up in jail.
I'm gonna do acrobatics so I don't get it his way.
Alright, well, let's see what happens first, so make your roll.
A 16.
16. Just to remind, no one's assisting, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to make a fortitude save because you get the job started and you're doing a good job, but then you accidentally step down, particularly hard. And let's see, what is the difficulty?
Oh no.
Oh no,
Oh no.
nope. The spores splash up into your face for 13 points of damage.
That leaves me at 4 health.
Yep. Yep. So for 13 points of damage, thankfully it's not enough, but you decide it's probably a good idea to back up and leave this alone.
Uh,
I underestimated these.
Mushrooms.
You'll. Yeah. Let us go around then. It seems these are tougher than I thought they were.
Are you,
Alright, you
are
mark
you
the
sure
spot
that we
in your
should go
map.
around right now? You look like
Yada, it
bad.
is.
No,
Oh,
I almost said it out loud. I'm like, no, Yarra would not say that.
okay, because I was gonna say, it is flammable or acidic.
For the
Oh my.
pure joy of catch it on fire and get rid of it. But no, I'm not gonna do that as Yarra. That's a Sersha thing. That's mommy.
So yeah, he's
Also,
gonna.
after while they are on the road, Iori is going to ask the group if they are okay with her smoking.
You say this, and then it's like you see Yule smoking from the mushroom explosion.
Oh no, I meant like on the way here.
No, I'm joking. Okay. So anyway, no, Yule has no problem with it.
None. My mummy
What
drinks red eye coffee. I think you're allowed your vices.
what dwarf is without his pipe?
Okay, cool.
What?
She has like a kisuru, so it's like a Japanese like smoking pipe, and is also like more than willing to like regale the group with like stories of the area while they travel. But as soon as like they arrive and see the fungus, she's like, oh, well, we got to focus on that now. Story time can wait.
Well, since you decided to go the long way around to avoid the whole growth, you got more story time. Because you took the long way around, by the time you arrive, it is late in the evening. So it is about 7 at night, and you reach the top of a hill. And once you get to the top of the hill, you see the fishing village of Minakami Ongakumura. And you see that while there are torches and lanterns lit and burning, illuminating two bridges over top the river that runs through the center of the town, you also see armored men and women traveling up and down the streets in groups of 3, sometimes 4, as well as actually, but that's as much as you can see from a distance. But since we're getting close to the end of our session, I believe this is a good place to end it.
Really quickly, before we end the session,
Yeah.
along the way, could Saadi just like help to patch up Yule using a medicine check?
You certainly can. It'll
Right.
take you 10 minutes, so make a treat wounds check.
I mean, we had more
We'll
than
do.
enough time.
Drin can slap him in the face and lay the healing hands on him too.
Is that
Worst comes to
Is that
worst.
just-
Worst comes to worst.
Medicine.
is that just needed medicine? Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Hey.
That's going to be a success. So you can roll 2d8, and that's how much you get healed by.
All right. Bit of an embarrassing question, but how do I just like roll dice? Oh, there we go.
Over.
Found it.
Yep.
It's 1d8.
What? So that's 12. You get 12 hit points back.
Wow.
That puts me at just 1 damage down.
Plus that.
But we don't.
Drin just slapped you, by the way.
Some.
So you get healed for the rest.
All right.
I believe that's actually. Is there anything else that you want to handle beforehand?
No.
No.
Okay. So as you are on top of a hill overlooking the fishing village and planning your next move, that is where we will end our session as the party decides what your next step is going to be. So first, for XP, you actually resolved one of the quests very, very well. You actually resolved one of the quests to completion. And you dealt with a hazard encounter. Gotta love this random encounter pool. So it looks like the party has gained 326 XP.
Right.
Nice.
see. I will mark that down on my sheet.
Okay.
Woohoo!
There we go. 326.
Oh, cool. So at the start of combat, I have a +2 by AC for a round. Nice.
Oh, you do? From what?
Lay on hands.
Oh. Also,
Ooh.
just to give you a little preview, this is what you were overlooking in the town. I think I set it up so that you can see it.
Ooh, sick.
That's huge.
It is a big map. So basically, you would be you're overlooking from the south part, like around here.
There we go.
All right.
So this is where you guys get to explore, and the large house that that you can only assume is the mayor's house is here, across the bridge. But you get to deal with that next time.
Yep.
Yay.
All right. So I had a good time, and I hope you all did as well.
Yeah, thank you
it
for
was
hosting.
lovely.
Yeah, that was actually a lot. I'm actually so happy that you thought of using ghost sound. I was like, hey, you know what? Let's see if it works. Okay, they actually, since y'all played into it, I was like, you know what? It works.
It was so much fun.
It
For the
was.
first time. For the first time, I was like, wow, I'm so glad that my character does not come from here. He does not know better.
I was actually about to have Yarra just book it for the trees. Because that would have
But yeah,
added to
Clearly,
it.
that would have actually been really
the
funny
best
too.
solution.
Go ahead.
The best solution for dealing with ghosts is to point guns at them.
I mean, I have a cast iron skillet when in doubt.
Cast iron.
Doing!
It's the only
But,
spell she can cast.
Astrid, do you want to do your closers?
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and we'll see you next Sunday?
Unless something happens, yes. Next Sunday.
All right.
All right.
Bye.